What's good YouTube? How's everyone doing? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another reaction video. If you're new here for the first time, my name is TMR, and since you clicked on this video, you might as well subscribe to this YouTube channel and make sure you click that notification bell. Leave your comments down below and enjoy this reaction video. What's good YouTube? What's good, TMR gang? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to yet another live reaction video. You have just entered the Break Room Chronicles, where breaks are normally 15 minutes, but y'all over here, we break for 1 damn hour. Hey you guys, what's good? Welcome back to another episode of the Break Room Chronicles. I'm your girl TMR. Happy Thursday to each and every one of y'all. I hope you guys are feeling good and doing great. Thank you so much for stopping what you were doing and meet me over in the damn break room, y'all. Oh goodness. So y'all see the title, okay? And y'all see the thumbnail. Oh boy. Okay, so we got some conversations I think we need to have. Hey Nee, how you doing, sis? Hey Mona. Is it Monique? Alexis? Hey Tina. Hey Melissa. Live, Laugh, and Love. Nurse KP, Latoy, Brown Sugar, Nurse KP. What's good, y'all? Hey Patrice. Y'all, we got some conversations that we need to discuss today, okay? Because Lord, the internet is just, my God, y'all, the internet is wild. It is so wild. All over the place. I'll just be looking at the internet like, oh my God, do you people ever get tired? Sunrise Speak says, TMR, what's up, chat? I literally just went into the break room for some coffee. Perfect timing. Yes, sis, perfect timing. I got my coffee too. Sitting here with one of my Bishi candles burning. It's actually the scent blueberry lemon pound cake. Again, my candles, Bishi candles, will be launching this month. My spring collection will be out this month. So make sure you guys stay notified to this channel so you'll know when those candles drop so you can enjoy. I actually been burning it for about 2 hours and it literally has the whole room lit up, okay? And the scent is blueberry lemon pound cake, okay? Hey Pine, hey Doris, hey Kendall. You running errands, T? Hey Nisha, hey Doris. What's good, y'all? So, y'all, we got some conversations we need to get into today, okay? Because I'm like, Lord have mercy, these people, oh, Lord. But I guess if these people weren't showing their ass, I guess we would be bored, y'all, and we'll be back to watching TV. Excuse me for a minute. Y'all got on my little, because it was a little chilly down here when I came down here this morning. And now it's getting a little warm, so I had to take my little jacket off. Good morning, Trisha. Good morning. Hey, Mahogany. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. I decided to bring you guys a morning live so you can take the remainder of the day to catch up. If you're in here, you can't really join the chat. You could definitely let me know you were here in the replay. Just let me know that you were part of the replay gang and the chat once the live is over. But if you're in the live now, make sure you do what? Make sure you clock in, honey. Make sure you clock into the live by hitting the like button and hitting the subscribe button. Sunrise says, I love bakery scents, making my house smell like a damn bakery when I don't bake. Exactly, says, hey, Kendall. I got my notifications on so I know when I can get my plain jam, scraping the bottom of the jar, but I don't want to use nothing else. Oh, thank you so much, Melissa. Yes, MELVIROSE Beauty will be opening back up this month too. She'll be opening up towards the end of the month, but my Bishi candles will be more towards the middle of the month, okay? So, and there's a lot of changes with MELVIROSE. A lot of the scents are retired. My most popular scents I am going to keep, but I retired quite a bit of them because I'm bringing in some new scents. So, but make sure you guys follow me on my Instagram for MELVIROSE_Beauty. And I will start updating my Instagram here soon with the new scents that's going to be coming to Melvirose in body butters and in sugar scrubs. Okay, what's up, Nikki? You say you're watching your 5-month-old granddaughter. Oh, hey, Ariana. So y'all, let's get into it. Let's get into the tea. Let's get into these conversations. So much going on. What's up, Bankhead? So much going on. Y'all know it's a whole lot more going on than I can cover, but I'm just I want to share with you guys what I saw that was kind of interesting. So hopefully you guys find interest in it too. Give me a moment. So hopefully you guys find interest in it as well too. Um, are you bringing back the dream body butter? Yes, Kendall. Yes, yes, honey. I can't wait. I'm so excited to get my store back up and running. Oh my goodness gracious, I'm so excited. I put in a lot of time, you guys. When I tell you guys, I am like overwhelmed, trying to run both my businesses and working a full time job and taking care of my family has been very overwhelming, but I can't complain because I know there are people out here that wish they could do half of what I'm doing and can't do any of it. That's why I posted on my community tab yesterday one of my favorite coffee cups. If you guys did not see my community tab, make sure you go over there and check it out. I wanted to drop just some little encouragement for you guys because it's the third month in the year. And I know a lot of us had a lot of plans at the beginning of the year or even close to the end of the year. A lot of you guys have got your income taxes. Y'all know income taxes has been a big conversation over here in the mommy community. A lot of you guys have received your income taxes, and I know you guys got a lot of catching up to do. Not only catching up, but the fact that everything is very expensive now. So I know you guys got plans with your tax money, but whatever venture that you were planning to do towards the end of the year, the beginning of this year, and you said you wanted to do it, and you've been saying it for a couple of years, you guys just try to sacrifice and follow your dreams and do whatever it is you want to do. If it's buying a home, buying a new car, taking your dream vacation, starting a business, invest in yourself, right? Taking a vacation is investing in yourself, right? Buying a home is investing in yourself. Buying a new car, if that's what you want, is investing in yourself because you work hard for that money, right? So make sure that money counts, okay? I know years ago when I was a kid, when I first started working as a teenager, my mother used to say, you got to make sure when you spend your money you got something to show for it. Okay, so when you get your money, make sure you have something to show for it, right? Even if it's all your bills paid. I mean, maybe you couldn't buy yourself something really nice like a nice Marc Jacobs tote bag if you couldn't buy that. But if you got all your bills paid and you can look in your emails and everything says $0 that you do not owe anybody, then you can see that, right? You'll be able to benefit from that. So just make your money count. Okay, I'm not trying to be anybody's mother or anything like that, but I'm just talking from my own experience. Okay, what's up, Trinice? What's up, Vicky? Hey, our new forever. What's up, Miss Pettis? So, hey, Bria, Majesty, what's good, you guys? Make sure you guys clock into the live. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. I know most of y'all are already subscribed, but some of y'all in the bushes might not be subscribed, okay? So let's go ahead and get into this reaction. So yesterday, y'all know we talk about a plethora of mommies in this community. And today we're gonna concentrate on a couple, okay? And one in particular that we talked about, but not real heavily, was the House of Jasmine. Do y'all remember her? She was the lady that used to mod for My Jazzy Life, and her and My Jazzy Life got into it last year, towards the end of last year. Well, here recently, beginning of this year, she decided to pack up her family and move to Texas from Memphis, Tennessee. Okay. And when she got there, I guess things didn't work out as she thought they were going to work out. And instead of moving into her apartment or house with her 3 kids, she ended up going to the Salvation Army, staying in a shelter. So I don't believe the House of Jasmine was even there 60 days, which is 2 months. I believe she wasn't even there that long. And she put up a community post. We actually reacted to that community post about I don't know, maybe a week or two ago, where she was basically telling her people, her plans on moving back to Memphis. Okay. Well, she actually put up a vlog about 6 days ago. Now, needless to say, all her videos, don't quote me, but the last time I checked, all the videos that she had of her, situation of living in this shelter in Dallas, Texas, she had took those videos down. I think they are still not available for view, but I could be wrong. She might have put them up in the last couple of days. But when I saw this video we're gonna see real quick, I didn't even think to go look to see if those videos were up. I just went to see if she had recently posted, and she did 6 days ago. So she posted a vlog where she was showing kind of their last activities that they had when they were in Texas. And then she shows herself back in her apartment in Memphis. Okay. So that's what we're going to talk about really quick. I want to get you guys' thoughts and opinions on that. I'm definitely going to give you mine. Okay. And hey Letitia. Say my life. Okay, yeah, Nikki, do that. Do that, sis. Do that. Make sure you do that. What's up, Miss TLD? Hey, Monica, what's good, sis? So we're gonna go ahead and hey, Royal Boo. Royal Boo said, "I remember." Okay, so let's go ahead and get into that video. Let me make sure I. So what I want to show you guys first. Okay, what I want to show you guys first is the very beginning of her video, and it might be hard for you guys to hear, but I want to show you that. Okay. So she started the video off with she's on the highway and she has it titled "By Texas." And you guys listen really closely at the beginning of this video. Now, I don't know if you guys heard it, but you would probably have to put headphones in to hear it. Um, you can hear music playing in the background. Now, from my understanding, she moved to Texas on the Greyhound. Now, was she on the Greyhound in this video? I can't really tell. I do hear music in the background as if, you know, she's like maybe in a car. Now we do know when people are on the Greyhound, they have their headphones in or their AirPods or some type of, earphones or something like that. But what what I found it kind of strange was the music that I was hearing playing, because typically when you're on the Greyhound, you're just like any other public transportation, you're not supposed to annoy the other people that's riding with you with your phone conversation or the music that you're listening to. So I found that kind of strange. So I said, well, did she get a car to go back to Memphis in? Because again, I can't tell if she's on a Greyhound or not, but very conveniently, she didn't show how she was going back. She just showed kind of like, the scene from the highway, which I'm just going to assume this is Dallas, and she's saying "By Texas." So the part I really want you guys to look at, the rest of the video was her kids at the park. They went to eat at a Mexican restaurant. She said they were still in Texas when that happened, but this is the part I want you guys to pay attention to.
I had lounging around. Shout out to my bestie for my little gown that I'm wearing. She sent this to me when I was pregnant with Zara. And what's wrong, boo? Oh.
So here's the thing, and I'm gonna stop right here. As you can see, there's the little baby in the high chair. She has a kitchen table behind her, some stuff on the kitchen table or dining room table, if you want to call it dining room table, because that looks like that might be her dining room. But if you look in the back far corner, you see a Christmas tree. So I was like, huh. Now, from her vlogs prior to her moving to Texas, she said that she put stuff in storage. I'm just going to assume you put your Christmas tree in storage too, right? because apparently the apartment that she left, that she said she was being evicted from, is the same apartment she returned back to. Y'all, we've talked about that. Like, how does that happen? Because if you are evicted from an apartment, typically they don't, one, they don't let you come back. Two, if they do for some strange reason, you're not going to get the same apartment because more than likely it's already been rented to someone else. It's someone else's new home. But she mentioned that some program in her city paid her back rent. So I want you guys to keep listening.
Oh, what's the matter with the baby? What's the matter? What's the matter with the baby? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I'm getting ready to get her at the chair because I know she's ready. But we're watching a little bit of Elmo. I ain't gonna show y'all or Sesame Street. Can't show y'all too much of the house because we just got back, so we're doing a lot of unpacking, y'all. And I got stuff everywhere. Okay, so yeah, that's what I'm doing. Watching a little Elmo with the baby girl. The boys are at school. They started school the next day that we got here, and then Zara goes back to daycare on Monday. But happy Friday! I hope y'all enjoy.
Now, how did they start school the next day after they got there? Did you guys think she registered them back into school when she was still in Texas? Because although they used to go to that school, but they left that school and went to another school. Typically, again, all states run differently, but typically you have to wait for the records from the other school before you can get registered into a new school. Now, maybe she got the ball rolling while she was still out of town. Maybe.
Seeing us hang out our last time and do something fun and exciting while in Texas. And I met some cool friends out there, so I will be going out to visit during the summer or possibly, spring break. Who knows? But right now it is go mode. I'm getting back to working either in the hospital or the clinic, doing my medical assistant thing.
But why you couldn't do that when you were in Texas? Why wasn't that the motivation when you were in Texas? Because wasn't that the whole reason you moved to Texas? To start over, start new? So you go back to Memphis where you're from to do what you were already doing? So, in my opinion, what was the whole purpose of going to Texas?
And y'all, I just feel so, so blessed. Thank you, God. Like, thank you, God, being back here at the house. When we got back, we put the Christmas tree. Yeah, we put the Christmas tree back up because the boys want to decorate it for St. Patrick's Day.
So, as you heard her say, she put the Christmas tree back up because the boys want to decorate it for St. Patrick's Day. Now, I do know some people that keep their tree up all year round, right? I even know some people who decorate their Christmas tree because they keep it up all year round. They change it for the holidays. Like they'll decorate it for Valentine's Day, they'll decorate it for Easter. Um, I don't know anybody who's decorated their tree for St. Patrick's Day unless they're Irish, but I'm not saying you can't. But it was just funny to me. You're moving back into your apartment, so you went and got all your stuff out of storage. Because again, she said she put all her stuff in storage. You're moving back into your apartment, and instead of putting all your, because she just said that they got stuff everywhere. She got a lot of unpacking to do. So instead of unpacking the things that were packed, you chose to put your Christmas tree up so y'all can put St. Patrick's Day decorations on it. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think that tree never left the spot that it's in. I think it's always been up because she always had the apartment. I don't think she never really solely moved out of that apartment. I think she went to Texas for a test run to see how it was going to work. And she didn't obviously she didn't put all her eggs in one basket. So she didn't completely give up her apartment. I'm sorry, you guys. It's very hard for me to believe as a person who's rented before that you say you got evicted from an apartment and then you go right back to the same apartment. It's very hard for me to believe that.
Yeah, they want to decorate St. Patrick's Day. You want to play with your toy? You want to play with your ABC toy or your little what is this touch and tick elephant toy? Y'all, they get to play with all the toys that was tucked away with a lot of this stuff.
So you said the stuff was tucked away. Where was it tucked away? Do you mean it was packed away in the storage, or was it in the closet? Now, someone in the chat just said, I think that, who is this? Ashley, Life with Ashley. Life with Ashley said sometimes people will rent the apartment to a family member until the assistants come through. And that's true. And that she might have had somebody house sitting, right? Or she might have known somebody who needed a place to stay for a month or two and just pay the rent. That could be a possibility. I find it hard to believe, but I mean, anything's possible. But it just, for some reason, I just don't think this lady has been all the way truthful.
We're back. So yeah, but I love y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and go. I'm a little stuffy, so excuse my voice. Say bye, baby. Say bye, baby.
It's the Christmas tree for me, y'all. It's the Christmas tree. You say you got all this stuff to unpack. You got cereal, 2-liter bottles, cups, all this stuff on the dining room table that clearly probably should be cleared off. It's the Christmas tree. You don't even got curtains up to your windows. If you're saying you're moving back into your apartment from taking all your stuff out of shelter, or excuse me, not shelter, storage, it's the fact that you put up the Christmas tree. I don't know. For some reason, I just feel like that tree never was down. All right, that's enough for her. Okay. Let me get over here to these comments. Um, I think she was trying to get things set up in Texas and it didn't work out. And live, laugh, and love. Hey, Trees, hey, Doris. Live, laugh, and love. That definitely could be a high possibility. But my thing is, just say that. Why not just say, you guys, I'm wanting to move to Texas. Instead of me going to rent a house, I'm gonna go stay in a shelter. Maybe it doesn't make sense to y'all, but it makes sense to me. I'm gonna stay in a shelter and I'm gonna see if I can find a job and I'm gonna see if I can find housing. If I'm able to acquire those things, then I'm gonna go ahead and let go of my apartment in Memphis. Why not just say that? Because guess what, you guys? People still would have followed her journey because it's exciting, it's adventurous, it's something most people are not doing. So it still would have been content to follow. Yeah, it is. It's just like, hey, Mimi, it's just like, why are we saying, like, I don't get it. Like, why waste your energy? If you want to lie to the world, for what though? Like, what's the, I don't understand the end game behind all of it, because there are women who literally live in a shelter and it's not a lie for them. It's the honest truth. There are some women and men who've been forced out of their apartment because they can't pay the rent, and them living in the shelter is not like a mini sabbatical. It's their real life, and they don't know when the end is going to be for them to leave the shelter and go into their own private home. You know, it's the fact that, you play with stories like that when there are actual people who can't play with stories like that. Right, Linda? Especially when you have children. For all that, she could have left those kids in Memphis while she went on her little adventure. But the reason why she didn't leave those kids in Memphis, because we know kids, when you have kids in the equation, we know people love the kids, and the kids will pull on the heartstrings of strangers, right? So that's why she chose to bring her kids on that journey that I feel like was probably more than likely, I mean, not probably, it, in my opinion, was a whole waste of time, right? Um, this is something she says something Olivia would do. Um, I don't even know who this is, and I ain't buying it. But Melanated Queen said, I don't even know this woman, but the story just that you said that it just the buttermilk ain't clean. Melanated Queen said the buttermilk just ain't clean, sis. Yeah, it's definitely a mess. Okay. Definitely a whole mess. So, needless to say, now she's going to go back to her medical assistant job. And me personally, because I think last year she only worked like a couple of months of the year. So I guess she's want to be an adult again and go back to work so she could take care of her family and don't put herself in another position where someone have to come rescue her out of her rent. So she's deciding to go back to work. Me personally, I think that lady likes being a stay-at-home mom, and there's nothing wrong with being a stay-at-home mom. But you got to be, you got to be financially fit to be a stay-at-home mom. Did she ask for money during this shelter stay? Melissa, she had a GoFundMe. She did have a GoFundMe for $5,000, and then she reduced it down to $3,000. The last I checked a few weeks ago, she had only gained like $75 of her $3,000 goal because people just weren't buying it. And I believe whatever tax money she was able to get for however long she worked in 2022, I believe that lady received that money and uh, decided to go back to Memphis because whatever she thought was going to happen in Texas either didn't happen or wasn't happening fast enough for her. Job, kids, school, and her home is still intact after all that. Exactly. It's home still intact. Like she's sitting on the couch chilling, blogging, when with a Christmas tree sitting in the background to decorate for St. Patrick's Day. It's the weirdest thing, y'all. She used state benefits too. Those benefits could went to someone else. Exactly. You were using benefits to secure your back rent in Memphis, but then you had enough money to buy tickets to go all the way to Texas and then use a spot in the Salvation Army that clearly could have went to a real homeless person. Like somebody who was really homeless with their children. You basically secured a spot that you really didn't need because you had a place to live in a whole nother state the whole damn time. Like, how selfish is that? How inconsiderate is that? When a lot of these shelters, they're sometimes, depending on the city you live in, there's probably waiting lists for some of these shelters because they only have so much space, right? Shelters are not like apartment complexes. There's not 300 units in a shelter, at least not here in my state. We don't have big shelters like that. So it's the fact that you occupied a space in a shelter when you had a whole place to live in Memphis. And there's really somebody who lives in the city of Dallas who actually really needed that place and had nowhere to go. But you and your kiddos, she's sitting in a shelter in silk robes and Louis Vuitton handbags in the background. It just didn't make sense to me. It's such a selfish thing to do for her kids when she seems like she didn't need to live in the shelter. Yes, she didn't. She didn't need to live in a shelter, Linda, because she had a place to live in Texas, or excuse me, in Memphis, Tennessee. That's my thing. Okay. I don't know. All right. So if you guys catch it in the replay, leave your thoughts. If you follow House of Jasmine, even if you don't follow her, like based on how I told the story, how does that sound to you? Timar sounds like Jasmine friend to me, very selfish. Right, Shanita? Now that's what you call ungrateful. Although she said she feels blessed. I guess you do, sis, because your story was a much better ending than a lot of other people. Because there are people that's currently, probably some of the women that she left behind in that shelter are still sitting in that shelter looking for a place to live, right? She was able to leave the shelter and go back to her apartment that she actually left when there are women that she left behind in that shelter because she said she met some really good friends who are probably still in that shelter with their kids trying to figure out where they're going to find a home for their family. People don't get it. Like, people are so ungrateful and selfish. I'm going to use Jazz's word, just ungrateful. Okay. All right, y'all. Let's move on to the next conversation. You said exposing your kids to shelter life for what? I guess for content. Get a hotel room like everyone else, but let me guess, you're too cheap to do that. Well, at one point, Virgo Diva, she was in a hotel room. The last couple days that she was in Texas, it seems like she was in a hotel room. But you said it sounds like a storyline gone wrong. Yeah, Linda, it definitely does. So we're going to move on to the next conversation. Again, make sure you guys hit the like button if you like these type of reaction videos, okay? So, Peach McIntyre. So y'all know Peach McIntyre has definitely been very busy on these YouTube streets. She's very controversial with the way she talks to her audience, and Peach she really is all over the place. I'm not subscribed to Peach, but sometimes, obviously, because people that watch me watch her, so a lot of times her stuff comes up in my recommended. And I know there's this situation where she's supposed to be pregnant and then her belly disappeared and then her belly came back. I'm not really sure about that, you guys. I really, because I'm not watching her like that. What I end up seeing the other day, well, yesterday, I think it was, a YouTube Shorts came up, and it was her talking about somebody paying her bills. And I'm like, who's paying your bills, sis? But you. Aren't you the main breadwinner over there? Now, she does say her husband Wood brings in income. I mean, at this point, maybe he does, but I feel like Peach is a business, and I think she has Wood listed as an employee, and she pays Wood off the money her business generates, and that's how he has income. That's just my opinion, okay? So let's take a look at this short because Peach had some words for the 304's, okay? All right, give me one moment. All right, so let me pull up that short.
Girls in my started on and live in the project page. Girls in my comments saying, "Oh, so he just started paying all the bills." As if y'all pay all y'all own bills. Y'all hoes is on Section 8 and live in the projects. The government pays your bills. Shut up. Girls in my comments saying, "Oh, so he just started paying all the bills."
So apparently, I don't know who she's actually talking about. When she says paying bills, I'm guessing she's talking about her husband. Maybe she mentioned somewhere that her husband is paying all the bills now. And people in her comment section were coming, I guess, coming for her. Okay. People stay coming for Peach because, but if you listen to Peach, um, that'll happen. Okay. Because her mouth is so smart and she's entitled to have a smart mouth. It's her mouth, right? But the problem I had with this 15-second YouTube short is the fact that she said the government is paying you hoes bills. And I was like, wait a minute, sis. Hold on. Well, aren't you one of those hoes that the government used to pay rent for too? Peach started her YouTube career back around the pandemic telling people how to get out of Section 8 and how to migrate from project living to trying to buy a home. And that's I think one of her biggest videos besides her breastfeeding is her talking about her touring projects and talking about Section 8. Okay. So I'm like, you talk about you hoes, the government is paying you hoes bills. Well, sis, weren't you one of those hoes that the government was paying bills for? Since you act like you've been off of assistance for 6 years. What, it's been a couple years? And thankfully for you and your family that you don't need the government to pay your bills. But sis, just like people go up, people definitely do go down. It's called the law, what goes up must come down. It's called the law of gravity, sis. How quickly people forget where they come from. And that's the thing. You can remember where you come from. You don't have to stand in that situation, because just because that's your past, that don't mean you got to always act like that, you know. Um, but it was the fact that you call yourself clapping back on the people. It's like at this point, sis, stop telling us what your husband does for you, because we would just assume that's your husband and the father of all your children. We would just assume that he's doing what a man should do. The fact that she has to constantly come on here and remind people what her man is doing for her makes me feel like he's not. Because, like I said earlier, I believe if Wood gets any type of income, it's because he is considered an employee of her business, Peach McIntyre, and she's paying him as an employee. Because guess what? When you do that, you get what? You get tax write-offs, you get tax breaks when you have employees listed in your business. That's how a lot of people were able to get those PPP loans back when they were being gave out. Yeah, it's the arrogance. She has to learn that everything doesn't need a reaction. But you would think, see, here's my thing with her. Her personality is so off-putting. I don't understand how people feel like she can help. See, my thing is this: how do people feel like Peach can help you do what she advertises? I can help you go from food stamps to six figures, when you're talking about the people that you're marketing to. The same hoes that you say the government is paying their bills and they on Section 8. Sis, isn't that your audience? Isn't that your customer? Isn't that your market? Your market is, I can take you from food stamps to six figures. So the same people that you're trying to patronize their service or their business is the same people you talk about, and miss me with, if it don't apply, let it fly. No, miss me with that. It's the fact that in general, you're making a general statement, right? You said you hoes. You didn't put names on the hoes. You didn't say Sarah, Megan, Shaquita, Tommy, Mo, Mimi, Ebony. You didn't call out the hoes by names. You said you hoes. So that's in general, right? And again, if it don't apply, let it fly. But your audience are those government seeking women. That's who your customer is. Because you can't you're not selling six-figure success to a person who's already making six figures. You're not selling to them. You're selling, and Peach knows this. She's not dumb. Peach is far from dumb. She knows this. But it's the arrogance that she feels like she can talk to people like shit, and the fact that the people still patronize her for her service. That's the part that baffles me. As a business owner with my company, MELVIROSE Beauty, I cater to the aging woman. And the aging woman is 20, 30, 40, 60. All of us are aging. Every year you get older, right? So all of us are aging. But how would I look coming on my platform talking about your bad skin when my customer is the person who needs help with their bad skin? So that's my thing with Peach. Like, lady, are you serious? Like, because at the end of the day, you haven't made all the money that you can make, because there's still a lot of money sitting on the table, sis. Because when you become successful and you've made all the money that you could make, you wouldn't be on YouTube doing 15, 30, or 15, 60-second shorts. Elon Musk just went back to his richest Is I think it's what he I think he's what the richest man in the world or richest billionaire or whatever. He had lost his ranking about a year or so ago. But Forbes just said he back on top. Now he the richest man in the world. Do you think Elon Musk is he's retired from making money? No, because there's constantly money to be made. So is Peach retired from making money? Are you no longer selling your ebooks, e-guides, or your conversation or your affirmations to go from food stamps to six? Are you no longer doing that, ma'am? Is that out of service now? For you to clap back at people in the comments. And again, the trolls are the trolls. I get that. But it's the comment that you made talking about belittling people who are getting assistance from the government when you were a participant as well. The government was just paying your bills not even 4 years ago. You said, wait, what about the constantly inflating and deflating belly? It was back up yesterday after going down last week and the week before. Yes, sis, I really don't know about that because, like I said, I don't watch Peach religiously. I'm not even subscribed. I've never been subscribed to her channel, so I'm not subscribed. This came up in my YouTube stories, and that's when I saw it, and I clicked on it, and I was like, what? What is she talking about? So the comment was so offensive. Yeah, just very offensive, very tacky. There's a way to clap back at people without clap. You could do it nice, nasty. You really can. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and take Peach off the screen. Let me go ahead and check you guys' comments. Child wouldn't want to marry or date a man that thinks it's okay for me to be on government assistance. She is talking about herself when she started talking crazy. Very arrogant. Doris says she's very arrogant. Hey, Stephanie, that man not paying all her bills. He wasn't paying all her bills prior to. Because if he was paying all the bills, there would have been no need for her to be on Section 8 and food stamps. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's okay, sis. Everybody wasn't born with a silver spoon in their mouth. That's okay. Like, once upon a time, you were struggling with your baby daddy, and then he became your husband. Okay? Sis, it's okay. You're one of many, right? But the fact that you're in a position where I guess you're not struggling anymore, in my opinion, don't belittle the ones who still are in a position where they do need help from the government. Because once upon a time, you was one of those government recipients as well, too. Miss T said, I used to really like her, but money changed her for the worse. She lying in wood pockets. He only provide wood and the babies. Oh, Lord, not wood and the babies. You see that man not paying her bills. But that's the thing, you guys. We shouldn't even be debating if he's paying her bills or not. Him being the husband and the man of the home, the head of the household, he definitely should be doing more than babysitting. I would just assume he's over there doing whatever you feel like he needs to do. Whatever you feel like is sufficient for, whatever Peach feels like is sufficient for her husband to provide. I'm just going to assume he's doing that. Constantly reminding people what your husband is doing for you, it's almost like you're not used to a man doing for you. That's my thing. Like, chicks who are used to the man providing don't constantly talk about that because they know what a man is supposed to do for them coming through the door, right? So when you got a man doing for you, that's not new. That's to be expected. So you don't constantly remind people, my man do this, my man do that, because you're accustomed to it. Dirty laundry bag. Yeah, black and bougie. And you said arrogant is not an admirable trait. Exactly. Hey, Green Eye Beauty. If you really think about, she's still paying off the bills, the money he's using, he gets from her. If you really think about it, she's still paying all the bills, the money he's using, he gets from her. Yeah, because what other than YouTube, what other business ventures do Wood have? I know once upon a time she said he had some type of mobile car wash, I think it was, or So we haven't heard anything about that. They're definitely mobile, but I haven't seen them pulling up washing no cars. What's up, Taylor? Exactly. She's not accustomed to it. Exactly. Exactly. She was getting assistance herself. Yes, Doris, she definitely was. So the fact that you call the people in your chat hoes and saying the government paying your bills, well, once upon a time, sis, the government was paying yours too. Like, don't forget that. I'm not saying that you need to wear the t-shirt, but don't forget the government used to pay your bills too, sis, per what you said. Per what you said, per how you came on this internet and tried to target your audience. You said that you were living in public housing, food stamps, and Section 8. That's what you said. That's how you gained a vast majority of your audience. So is it a lie or not? Okay. Taylor said, in today's world, money should never be for piss just for pissing away. You have to create multiple streams of income to live comfortable anymore. She has the money to do it. Do it. She should. Exactly. Yeah, that's true. He was washing and detailing cars on the front yard and parking lots. Not anymore. He does house cleaning though. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, if he there all day, he might as well clean up the kitchen and the living room and the bathrooms if he's there all day. You said, don't worry, Peach will be humbled. She seems to have a gambling addiction. You think that's what? Well, she definitely gets a lot of views on her videos. I don't watch, like, I like to watch gambling channels, but I typically don't watch the gambling channels that gamble like $50 a spin. I don't those type of videos give me anxiety because I'll be like, oh my God. So I watched a couple of Peach's gambling videos and I didn't like the way she gambled. Like she was just throwing $100 in that machine like they were $1 bills. And baby, that gave me anxiety. I couldn't watch that because all I was thinking was like, sis, no. And I mean, if you got it like that, you got it like that, I guess, but because I don't, I just can't see myself feeding hundreds and hundreds and hundreds at one time. Like, oh my God. So I don't watch her gambling videos because I don't gamble like that. I like to watch the people that gamble sensibly, $2.50, $3, $1.50 a spin. Every now and then you want to feel wild and crazy, hit the $5 button. You know what I mean? Those are type of gambling videos I like to watch because I can relate to those. I can't relate to somebody going in the casino spending $100 a spin. Now, obviously, it's exciting, but I can't relate to that because I can't do that. So I don't want to watch that. Like, I could care less. But if I see somebody win a jackpot and they won $400 on a $1.50 spin, that's relatable to me. Peach, I don't watch her gambling because I don't like the way she gambles. I can't put all my money in a machine, even if I had thousands and millions. Right, exactly. It's giving new money, and I ain't never had nothing. Hey, S. Wiseman, let's break it down even further. We, the taxpayer, were paying her bills, not the government. Well, we the taxpayer give our money to the government, so in a sense, the government is cutting the check. We're not cutting the check. We give the money to the government, and the government pays it. I mean, it's just a play on words, S. Wiseman. But essentially, the government, because the government is the one that's over hood. Okay, so essentially, they are. Um, I like my man hands rough like sandpaper because he be outside building something and putting ish together. I know that's right, Faith. Okay, so that's my little spin on Peach. Um, Nurse KP said, "Trust me, she'll be humbled." And I'm not wishing any ill intentions on that lady, because she is a mother of children. And if Peach suffers, obviously her kids are going to suffer, and I don't want to see anybody, intentionally suffering. So, and I know what you mean, Nurse KP. I know you're not just wishing anything bad. At least I hope you're not wishing anything bad on that lady. So, but all I'm saying is, watch, your target audience are those hoes, them 304's that you were talking about. That is your audiences, the people that's getting food stamps and Section 8 and public housing. That's your audience because again, you're not you're not selling the dream of going from food stamps to six figures to a person who's already making six figures. You're not selling that dream to them. You're selling that dream to the people who don't make that money. So why insult the ones who could be your potential new customer? Right, Nurse KB, just be humble and sit down, sis. That's why she can't purchase a house yet. She blows her money. You think that's what it is, Ari? Yeah, because I remember her when she first came on here. She said when she get her first, I don't know, she said she was gonna buy a house cash. And I remember her doing videos where she was doing some house hunting. She was showing people, how where you could buy a house in Tampa for so much amount of dollars. I don't know. Peach is a very different type of person that I don't really get into because her temperament is very off to me. I'm so slow. I just got what a 304 is. Yeah, Mimi, I'm gonna need you to catch up, sis. Wood said he gotta cook, clean, and wash everything. Okay, Bria. Why do people think they can shame people for being on welfare? The government takes from the people all the time, but the moment people need the government, it's a problem. Right, exactly. I mean, getting government assistance is nothing to be ashamed about. We would all hope to be rich and very successful. But that's not the recipe for everybody. You said she needs medication. She probably is on medication. She just takes it every other day instead of taking it every day. But you're right, Black and Bougie. What's up, Mom Life? Um, yeah, I don't understand why people, because I guess, being poor is not desirable, right? So if you're getting government assistance, that means you're below the poverty level, and the word poverty equates to what? Poor, okay? And because being poor is not desirable, people frown upon being poor. But at the end of the day, I mean, everybody can only live the way they live. If you are a person who's getting Section 8, and you probably living better than me. Okay. Because I've seen some of these Section 8 houses, honey. They beautiful. All right. But but I always say once you get on Section 8, the goal should be eventually to wean yourself off that type of assistance. That way you could be in control on the way you live, instead of having someone else control the way you live. Because when you're on Section 8, the government is basically controlling the way you live, meaning how much money you can make, who can live in your house. But when you own your own home, the government can't tell you how much money you can make and who can live in your house, because that's your house. That's your business. Okay. You think she did get a new house? Yeah, I don't know, you guys. I don't, like I said, I don't watch Peach like that. I know I heard her say something about moving back. I don't know, maybe that was last year, late last year, but has she done it? I'm not really sure, because I'm sorry, you guys. I don't mean to keep saying this. I don't go through all her videos. Like if it comes up, I'll catch it. If it doesn't, I don't go and like search her out. Like, so I really don't know. But Mimi, if you follow her more than me, you probably do know more than me. Right, is that exactly, Black and Bougie? Nothing wrong with being on welfare, but when you're not trying to do better with it and get off. Lynn said, and get off of it is when it's a problem. It's there to help you get off of it in emergency, not live on it. Well, in certain situations, you do have to live on a government assistance, like if you're disabled, right? And you have no other means but to live on the government assistance. But if you're not a disabled adult, or a disabled person, I should say, if you're not a disabled person, and your goal should be to be self-sufficient without any assistance from anybody. That should be your goal. But Lynn, we have to be very realistic. Everybody doesn't have the same mindset. So that's the unfortunate part. But in Peach's situation, going back to her, talking about the people who the government's paying their bills, I personally just didn't like that comment. I thought that was a very ignorant comment to make from a woman who the government was just paying her bills not even 3 years ago. Okay. All right, y'all, let's move on. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to talk about Keesha Anderson. So y'all, Keesha has definitely been going through a lot. Okay, she's when I say going through a lot, she's been a lot of changes over there in her life. She went from everyday blogging on her channel to, I believe now she's either doing a couple days a week or weekly vlogging. She's also just got her real estate license. So now she's a realtor in the Georgia, the city of Atlanta. Okay. So, and if you follow her on Instagram, she's showing houses and she's or showing listing of homes. Okay. And trying to encourage people to, let her be your realtor and let her sell you your dream home. Okay. Now, I don't know if she's actually sold a house yet, or because Keisha is another person I don't watch religiously, but I did watch her the other day because uh, when I went and searched her name, because she's another person I'm not subscribed to. When I went and searched her name just to check in on her, you see what was going on, I noticed the title of one of her videos. So let's go ahead and pull up that video real quick. Um, Let me get over here to your comments before I pull up that video. Make sure I don't miss anything. But not when you're able, right, Lynn? Okay. So let's go ahead and get on over here to this video. So let me go ahead and pull it up on my screen. So give me one moment. Let me make sure it's ready to show. Okay. So the other day Peach put up a bit, or not Peach, I'm sorry you guys. Keisha put up a video, and let me go ahead and get that on the screen. And she titled the video, I gave up my hair company. But then she was featuring another hair company. So my good nosy self. I said, well, what's going on, sis? So if you guys don't know, Keisha has a hair company called Govt. Okay. And this is a wig, a company called Gorgeous Hair Center. Okay. She did a video of her dyeing the hair and then her trying on the hair. So in my mind, I was a little confused. I said, well, wait a minute, sis. Why are you featuring another hair company when you own a hair company? Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I did not like this wig on her. It was given poodle. She looked like a poodle to me. Okay. Not trying to be disrespectful. I'm just being very honest. Keisha's head to me is too small for curly hair. To me, in my opinion, Keisha looks cuter when she has straight hair in or braids. I like her when she has on braids or straight hair. When she does the curly hair thing, especially this particular wig, her head is too small for it, right? So when I saw her advertising this hair company, and I'm like, okay, get your money, sis. But why are you advertising for a whole nother company when you got a whole company called Govt? Don't you have some curly, bohemian wavy type hair that you can order from your vendor and do your own promo for your own customers to get your own sales? Well, needless to say, you guys, um, Keisha did another video where she said that she would tell you what the title of this video meant, where she says, I gave up my hair company. So we're going to go ahead and go to that video, okay? Let me go over here and check you guys' comments. Is that a goat, Trisha? Not a goat. You say you don't watch Keisha? Okay, so let me go ahead and pull up this other video. She has a small head and a long face. She needs to shape the hair to fit her face. Right, elevated Nikki. I just don't think that curly hair it looked too big. You know what I'm saying? Because she, like you said, she has a small head and a long face, and it looked wiggy on her. Like it looked very wiggy. Let me go ahead and pull up the other video. So make sure it's right where it needs to be. All right, you guys, I had to make sure I get it back to the spot because y'all know Keesha is very long winded. So we're not going to listen to the whole entire video. We're just going to listen to the car rant, the little car conversation. Okay, so let me pull that up.
But for some reason, I love this hair color. Speaking of, let's get into it. So I titled that video, what did I say? Cancel a hair company, or I'm done with my hair company, or something like that. Because obviously people are going to ask me. I've never promoted any other hair companies. When I first started getting brand deals, they were all hair companies, like literally all hair companies. And that's how I got my hair company, is because I promoted a hair company that was in Atlanta. They were based in Atlanta, and they were like, oh my gosh, you made X amount of dollars for us, and what would you think about having your own hair company? I'm like, my own hair company? I don't know how to have no hair company. Like, how does that work? Blah, blah, blah. And they were like, don't worry. Look at all those birds. They were like, don't worry about it. Just get your name thought up, and we will make the website. We'll do everything for you. And that's exactly what they did. So you already know that backstory. Fast forward, ever since real estate started, I've been trying to think of like some real tough decisions for myself. Obviously I work with a lot of brands, which I really love working with my brands. And then obviously I do upload on YouTube 3 times out of a week. So I've been thinking like, when would be the time, or how, or what would be my transition with YouTube. I'm still thinking about that. And for me to just be like brand new into this industry, like, y'all, it is a lot. It is a lot. And then obviously I need to play catch up with all the top 1%ers or top 5%ers, and it's a lot. So I was the hair company, and yeah, so I had asked my best friend, like, what do you think I should do? Because
So, we understand when you have a small business, they are ups and downs. Okay. With any business, small or large, there's always ups and downs. And with Keesha doing so much, because one thing I can say about Keesha, she definitely is a woman that always have a full plate. She has 3 kids. She does YouTube. She has a hair company, and she, brand deals, and she definitely is very busy all the time. And now she's became a realtor. All right. So with her becoming a realtor, we know that takes a lot of time, because you have to do comps on the homes. There's a lot of research when you're trying to either sell someone's home or help someone buy a home. There's a lot of research when it comes to being a good realtor, right? Because you want to make a good name for yourself, because that travels far. If you help someone sell their home and buy a home, and you do a really good job, then it's word of mouth is key in any business, right? So now she's talking about taking a year off from her hair company. So, okay, I get that. Take a break. All right. Especially if the sales are not booming like that, then obviously you go where the money resides, right? So, but listen to what she says after this.
most of my, I don't even have to promote Govt as much anymore. I still do, but the bulk of my customers are repeat customers, people who have used my hair before and continue to just purchase when they change their style up, or they refer someone else to me, or their stylists loved it, so now they're purchasing for their clients when they're doing business. That's pretty much.
So she's saying the bulk of her customers are repeat customers, and that's the key to any business. You want to retain your customers, right? Because your customers, like I just mentioned, word of mouth, they'll tell others, and it's just like a whole chain, right? But even with that being said, you still have to promote your business. You can't rely on someone buying your product and telling somebody else to buy it, because just because they said it doesn't mean that's what's going to happen. You as a business owner still have to market your own brand. You can't leave that in the hands of your customers, because again, you are the one who has to retain the customer. Just because a customer bought from you doesn't mean they're going to stay loyal to you. There's been many times where I'll go to Kroger's one day to go grocery shopping. The next day I might run in Walmart, or then I might go to Myers. Like, I'm not loyal to not one grocery store. I go where the sales are at. That's me being a consumer. That's me being a customer. That's with any business. So for her saying that the majority of her customers are repeat customers, and as long as Keesha's been in the hair business game, it's like, sis, your goal was never to acquire new customers, and you're leaving it on the strength of your customers that bought from you to keep your business afloat, by them telling other people. It doesn't always work like that, because you can't put that in the hands of people who really don't have a true investment in your business. You're the only one that has a true investment in your business. Because again, just like she did a promo for Gorgeous Hair, well, I could be a customer of Got Lengths, but then I see Gorgeous Hair, and then I go over to Gorgeous Hair and see they got a better sale on some hair that I normally buy from you. You know what just happened? You just lost me as business, because the name of the game is the same, save a coin, right? You definitely want to be loyal, right? But at the end of the day, especially now with the economy the way it is, everybody trying to save coin. So as a businesswoman that she says that she is, I didn't understand why she said that, because to me that didn't sound like a good businesswoman or a good business person to even make that statement.
Much how it works, which is good, but it's still like the management aspect of it all. So I told my best friend, and there were a few options, like, oh, A, get an assistant again to like really run Got Limbs in its entirety, or B, I did say that I was getting, because usually I do all the modeling, or I hire models throughout, but I could just hire permanent models to just do all of that and just continue to send them here. And then, but then I would have to consider, like, do I pay for them to get their hair done, or just send them the free hair and then they'll get it done? I would have to find people and see what their options would be, or like I said, just pause it for a year until.
But as long as you've been in business, sis, how come you already don't have models on deck? Keesha has a social media presence on YouTube alone of over 400,000. She has a very healthy following on Instagram as well too. With all these women, and like you said, your repeat customers, how come your repeat customers are not already your models? People who continuously buy hair from you throughout the year. Like, I would think this, I've been watching Keesha for 4 years. This company's been in existence as long as I've been watching her. Why are you just now talking about hair? Like, she's talked about hair models before, and she's had a few, but I literally haven't seen Keesha really promote her hair using hair models. I don't know, since before the pandemic. I think the last time I seen her do something was maybe like 2019. So Keesha, here's the thing with Keesha. She's all over the place. Keesha, it's almost like she's a scatterbrain, right? And I understand when you got a lot of thoughts, you can be all over the place, but with her hair company, as long as it's been in existence, you would think she would already have this down to a science by now. And if you're going to dissolve the business or put the business on hold, what's the purpose of hiring models when you yourself is the one who ships the orders. If you don't have time to do all that, what's the purpose of even promoting your hair company by getting models, sending them hair and then telling them to go pay to get it done, but I'm gonna send y'all the free hair, which, me personally, I don't know. I mean, I guess that's a plus, because to buy the hair and to pay to get it installed can be very expensive. So if you send the hair, but even with doing that, like, how often are these people going to model the hair? Like, do you have a business plan with the, like, who? Okay. Anyway, let's continue.
Okay, 57 until I can figure it out. And then a hair company reached out to me. Actually, a few hair companies reached out to me, and I'm like, oh my gosh, y'all don't you, like, it's always weird when you thinking about something or talking about something on the phone, and then boom, next thing you know, y'all know that. So anyways, I had a few hair companies reach out to me, this one in particular, exactly. And we talked about the contract, and I was like, So what I came up with in the meantime, while I'm thinking, because I had just ordered another batch of hair for my vendor, and I still have my repeat customers, and I have a great sale going on, and people are still ordering. I was thinking I would do, like, sell out of the hair that I have in stock, and then maybe hire the permanent models. And but also the thing was about that,
why would you sell out of the hair in stock and then hire models, but yet your plate is full, so you're contemplating putting a business on hold? It sounds like to me that Keesha business is not doing what she tries to proclaim it's doing, and that's okay. I mean, think about it, y'all. There's a lot of competition out here when it comes to hair, okay? It's a lot of competition out here. You go on Instagram and there's a billion people selling hair. It's obvious when the hair company hit her up to do a review, the reason why it was so enticing to her, because it was more money than she's actually making from her business. That's obvious. Just by the way she said it. That's obvious. Because if your company was making more money than the hair company was offering you, you would have bypassed it, sis. So got limps obviously is not getting what it gave, if that makes sense. That's obvious, right? Because if you're making a shit ton of money every year from the revenue from your business, if a company sent you a wig and say, hey, we'll pay you $1,000, you like $1,000? Child, I make that in a week. It wouldn't have been enticing. So it's obvious that's the reason why she's thinking about dissolving the business, because she's actually making more money from the hair company. She doesn't have to worry about inventory. She doesn't have to pay for shipping. She doesn't have to maintain a website. It's more cost effective. Like, at this point, just say that. That's what I'm talking about. Like, just say that. Just say, you guys, right now, financially, I can't manage the business and everything else I'm managing. So I'm going to do a big blowout sale. I'm going to get rid of all my inventory as much as I can. I'm going to close the business for a year, and I'm going to reevaluate. It's her getting on here trying to make it sound cutesy, when, sis, what I just said, you could have said that in 4 minutes, maybe 10. Okay. But definitely you could have got to the good point in 4 minutes, because we all get it, sis. We all understand. Like, at the end of the day, we're not expecting you to be, Keesha even sell her hair on Amazon? I don't even think she sells it on Amazon. So anyway, y'all, let's continue. And I thought that's kind of strange, because I don't know. Let me look in the chat. Does she sell her hair on Amazon? Does anybody know? She doesn't want to seem like a flop, but it's not even being a flop. It's called embarking on a new adventure, and the one the adventure you've been on, you're going to put that on the shelf for a minute, right? And you're going to see where this new adventure is going to take you. That's what that's called. That's not being a flop, because she's done what most women her age wasn't able to do. But it's Keesha always, it's this image thing for me, right? Keesha, in my opinion, is definitely a person. She's like my Jazzy Life. She is a person who does not need a YouTube channel. She really doesn't, because she doesn't know how to appeal to her audience. Like, sis, If you're going to be real, be real. People people appreciate real than they ever will fake.
I didn't want to worry about packaging, doing all that. I didn't want to have to do all that. So I'm thinking I may hire a mini assistant, but it's still a lot to just think about. So I decided to accept working with companies again in the meantime, between time. And it's a pro for me because then I'm not missing out on my business income, because they're obviously it's a partnership. And then the perk would be, that's why I kept telling y'all to comment in the video, is every time I work with them, obviously I wouldn't want to keep the product outside of the promotion of that video. And then maybe like 1 or 2, maybe 3, depending on what I got going on weeks, if I'm like traveling or something for the girls. Every time I do a video like that, I'm gonna randomly choose a comment and give that wig away every time, like every time. So then that's another way I can give back to my audience. Obviously you're getting a worn wig. If you don't want to do it, you don't got to do it, and nobody's forcing you to do it. I know plenty of YouTubers who give away or sell wigs, worn.
I'm gonna be honest with you guys. There probably are a lot of think about it, you guys. Most of these YouTubers that do hair reviews, they can't keep all that hair. It's too much, right? They have several different companies. So there probably are a lot of YouTubers who do sell the hair that they've tried on. Gina Janine, she's one of them. She typically, that's why she doesn't do a lot of cutting and stuff on the hair, because she does resell the hair that she uses in promo. For me, and I'm speaking for me personally, I want a wig fresh out the bag, right? Even when I go to the beauty supply and I try on wigs, if they tell me all they got is the mannequin, and I know several people have touched that wig back before the pandemic, you used to could try on the mannequin model. I just don't want that. I'll go find another wig that I fall in love with. Like, I just don't want another wig that somebody else has worn. I just don't. Like, I want that wig to be, I want to fit it to my own face. Like, you got to think about it. Like this wig that she got on now. Who you selling that to? Unless somebody wants that color hair, but the baby hairs that you cut, what if I don't want my baby hairs that long? Now, obviously you can recut them, but depending on how she cut them, it might not look right. You see what I'm saying? Like, my thing is this: if you wear the wig, then that's your wig, sis. Then, I mean, it's gonna be kind of hard to sell. I guess there are some people out there that will take a used wig, but I mean, I guess if you shop at the Goodwill, but I don't know, y'all. Just for me personally, it's just my personal thing. One thing about the Goodwill is obviously if I get clothes from the Goodwill, I wash those before I wear them. And obviously if you bought a wig from a YouTuber who's worn the wig before, you would wash it. You could do that too. But a lot of times when you wash those wigs, sometimes depending on the quality of the hair, they don't really bounce back like they should, right? It just really depends on the quality and the brand of the hair. So I don't know. I don't know what Keisha's talking about, but I guess Keisha gonna have used hair for sale, y'all.
Wigs, and then they wash it, and they sell out every time. And yeah, so I can have my stylist professionally clean it back up into its original condition after I'm done wearing it, and then give it away to someone, because I know that would be a good way to do consistent giveaways, and who wouldn't want some hair? So that's what I'm thinking of doing. So every time you guys see a video like that's not branded by my actual business, watch the video and leave a comment, and that's all. After every video, I will choose a winner, and then when I'm done with that hair, I will send them that until I can decide definitively what I'm going to do. Right now, God Limits is still going. It is still up and running. I still do have hair. I still do have business, so you all can continue to support that. But like I said, I need to make a decision, and I got to make it. I don't want to rush myself to make that decision. You know, like if I had to get a part-time assistant, I don't mind getting the ambassadors and letting them, just sending them hair, and then they do, their shoot. And I kind of would want someone in Atlanta so that,
girl, you're spending more money. Keisha, you're saying you don't want to make a a quick decision. It sounds like, sis, the decision has already been made. Hence the reason why you put it in the title of a video and you're talking about it in a vlog, sis. I mean, if you want to put your business on hiatus while you explore other business ventures, since you don't have to explain anything to us, even your customers. Let your customers know. I'm sure you have I would hope you have an email list, and send an email blast email to all your customers and let them know that you're, because they're previous customers, you're doing 25% off, 30% off, because you're trying to unload a lot of your inventory because your business is going to be closed for a while and you're trying to get rid of some of this extra inventory. I mean, why wouldn't just do that? Because me personally, I wouldn't be too keen to buy hair from you, and I know that it sounds like you're not really passionate about the company anymore. So, I mean, are you really passionate about the hair itself? Because it seems like you're more geek to wear another company's hair than you are your own damn hair. Okay, Keesha, we'll talk to you later. I don't know how, it's probably going to be much later, Keesha. Bye, girl. Bye. Oh, Lord. Okay, yeah, she do a lot of talking. She isn't picking a winner. That wig will be right there. She has to pay money to get the wig washed and styled. She knows nothing about finances. Girl, hey, you bet. Hope everyone is having a good day. Yeah, Arnita, we definitely are. What's up, Virgo Divas? Did I speak to you? Um, Thanks, T. That was very good encouragement. Oh, you're welcome, Arnita. Laura, she be talking. Yeah, she be talking, Mimi. I mean, she just be running her mouth. Her hair gene, her hair gene, her hygiene is off, and she's not a very clean person. I wouldn't wear anything after her. Oh my goodness gracious. Why does she think someone would want her dirty, used, crusty wigs? I mean, I guess maybe she thinks people really, literally want to be in her skin. I don't know. Um, in my opinion, she really don't have an image. She was never an influencer to me. She is a follower, copycat. It's all smoke and mirrors. Her views are terrible for someone having that many subscribers. Well, 94 Keesha, baby. Not only that, it's the fact that she's not even verified on YouTube with over 400,000. You get verified on YouTube when you have 100,000. Keesha doesn't even have a blue check mark. So figure that out. I don't know. Personal preference for me, I want my head to be the first one in it. Yeah, for me too, Lonnie Love. That's just my personal preference. There has been times where I saw a wig and I just fell in love with it. And I literally had to make a decision to walk away from that wig because the only one they had left was the mannequin. And I just didn't want it. I unsubbed a long time ago, waiting for her to get to the point. Life with Low said, Lord, yes. Hey, I had a you said, Nikki said, just say she's having a sale, then having under construction verbiage on her website. Right, Nikki? Nikki, you need to go on and hit her up, sis, because it sounds like you know what to do over there. I don't know. Like I said, running a business is very hard. I can say that with my own experience. It's very hard. And you guys know last year I took off, right? I had some personal reasons why I had to take off, but I'm trying to come back. And one thing I will say, I I would one thing it's very hard, and I'm going to say this. When you close your business down for whatever reasons, it's very hard, depending on how long you do it, it's very hard to come back, right? And if Keesha is real after all these years, if she's really thinking about putting Got Limbs on hiatus, it's more than likely she's done with Got Limbs. She'd rather just do the wig promos, get paid however much they're paying her to do wig promos. And that's good for her because that's she's probably making more in wig promo than she was making from actually wig sales. So when she put Jeremy on her channel talking about he is her stand-up guy, girl, bye. This is the same girl that lied about being gay. Oh, I'm making food in the break room. I'm listening. Yeah, hey Peach, what's up, Shirley? Because her subscribers are bought. That's why she's not verified. Right, Royal Blue. If something has to like it, that I'm sorry, you guys. There's no other explanation. It's not like YouTube forgot to make her verified. Why would they forget? She's had those subscribers for a very long time. And YouTube just started that blue check stuff. What I think in 2021. Hey Marsweeta, they just started that verified stuff. Maybe I think it was 2021. And Keisha's had well over 100,000 much longer than 2021. So when 2021 came and when I believe, don't quote me, I believe they started that blue check verified stuff in 2021. She should have already been on the list. Good morning, everyone. So Tim Norman was sentenced to life in prison. I'm not really sure, Marsweeta, because we're not talking about Tim, so I'm not really sure. Is that what you saw? I think he was supposed to be sentenced today. Is that what you heard? Is that why you're questioning that? I'm not really sure. We've been talking about Keesha and House of Jasmine and who else? Oh, and Peach McIntyre. So I'm not really sure. She isn't passionate about her hairline or Jeremy, yet she still keeps him around. Yeah, that's true. Oh, he was? Okay. Yeah, well, good for him. He should have been. You formulated that whole plan to, unalive your nephew for money that you never even freaking got. Okay. Mom Life said life in prison. Good for him. And I think he got the longest, obviously, he got the longest sentence out of everybody. So all those letters he wrote. And you know what's so, Marsweet, thanks for letting us know about Tim. But the funny thing about that is, in my opinion, with Tim Norman, this man has spent over half his life in prison. And I think his first prison bit was 15 years, and you would think, he would have had enough of criminal activity. And then to do something so heinous, to, frame your nephew for stealing money that he never stole. Or if, I don't know what the situation was, but because obviously Andre's not here to defend himself. And the fact that you conspired to get life insurance policies on him and those were fraudulent. Like there was so much evidence against him. It was just ridiculous. Yes, he does, Trisha. He definitely deserves the rest of his life. I mean, he took Andre's life, so it's only fair that he gets life. Yeah, no, I don't feel sorry for Tim, not one bit. Because I'm gonna be honest with you. I think his mama was probably gonna be next. She was gonna have some type of accidental death. Trust. There's an extra benefit on life insurance policies when it's an accidental death. Oh wow, I had no idea he was in prison before. Yeah, he did 15 years. Yeah. So Miss Robbie has lost both her sons, her grandson, one of her grandsons, because Tim has a son as well too. Twin mom, he did like 10, 11 years, and his mom set him up to run the restaurants when he got out. Sure did. He walked out of prison into Sweetie Pies, and all that money that he was earning still wasn't good enough for him. Yeah, I do too. Our family, our journey. I feel like he would have set Miss Robbie up too. I feel like she was next. I really do. Just something like I just don't think he had any boundaries. Like he wanted everybody out of his way. He wanted all that money to himself. And now he's sitting in jail and got to wait till his mama send him some commissary. And that's what he get. That's exactly what he get. With them childbearing hips, exactly. You said, why did he kill him? He had money and a business. I just don't get it. I feel so sorry for his mom. She has one grandson, and that's all she would ever have. So sad. Exactly, apple pie. Well, I think the reason why because Tim physically, he didn't, unalive Andre with his own hands. Someone else did. But obviously, the reason why he did that is called greed, sis. For the love of money is the root of all evil. Okay. Sorry, Tim, I did not mean to change the combo. I mean, Marsweeta, when you came in there and said that, I mean, obviously, the conversation was going to change. There's no need to apologize. Tim actually has 2 sons now. Oh, he has 2. Okay, I remember the little boy from the show. Okay, so he has 2. Oh, okay. Yeah, right, Southside Black Butterfly, exactly. He apparently had another son with another woman after TJ. Oh, really? Okay. All right. Yeah, I didn't really keep up with that family like that. I watched the show sporadically, and then once the information about Andre came out, and then once, he was indicted, that's when I got into it. But I didn't realize maybe I did hear he had another son. I just forgot. But I knew about the little boy. They said he was getting ready to set her up next, but Sweetie Pie didn't believe it. I think Janae knew something because she didn't let their son go with him. Yeah, Kendall. I mean, to be honest with you, I don't think that man, like, he wanted to make sure there was no heirs to that money but him. I feel like, had he not got caught with the Andre situation, he wasn't gonna stop until there was no heirs to that money but him. And now he's sitting in the penitentiary for the rest of his life. Rightfully so, because that's where he should be. All right, you guys, that's my commentary for today. Okay, thank y'all so much for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction video. He had an insurance policy on his mama too. Yeah, he sure did. Beautiful. Yep, he sure did. And you guys know that location in St. Louis, Sweetie Pies, they've already dissolved that location because I think the hospital, I think it's the VA hospital. Don't quote me, but I believe restaurant was on. Yeah, make sure you do that, Sheikah. Thank you so much for letting me know you were here, sis. He already stolen money from his mother and started business in her name. Yeah, he was a piece of work. He definitely was a piece of work. But his story is over now. So we won't be talking about him anymore unless something happened to him while he's in prison. All right, you guys, I'm gone. I'm out of here. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Again, thank you so much for tuning into this reaction. I'll definitely see you guys in the next one. Remember, sub what you love. Bye.